We are live from the world famous Fadeaway Barbershop, 3400 South Jones, Suite 21. And this is the Cloth Talk Show. I'm one of your hosts, BI Services, a.k.a. Bird the Barber. And this is...
It's your boy, Lauren the Barber. Back at it. They, you know the saying, back at it like a crack addict, you know what I mean?
Anything happened this weekend? Or anything happened this last week?
Man, a ton of things, man. Oh, my God. A ton of things, man. With your boy, Trump, he on the tear, boy. That boy on the tear, man. But, yeah, he's saying stuff, making the market drop like crazy. Folks losing tons of money and taking their life, and then other people making tons of money and they living happily ever after, man. It's just a whole lot, you know what I'm saying?
The interviews from the Barber Expo, they out yet?
They man, everybody, make sure that y'all tap in Fadeaway LV, or Fadeaway Barbershop LV on YouTube and subscribe right now. It's free. And all of the interviews are coming out every other day. We got a new interview coming out, and it's going up because we just started this joint, and our followers then quadrupled. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got a whole lot. You feel what I'm saying? We just opened the door, but I'm just trying to tell you, we went from 11 to 44 in like a week. You get what I'm saying? Like speaking on that, everything up. You know what I'm saying? Our Instagram followers did shot up. We had 1,700. The other day we was just at, I remember we made a video about 1,000, you know what I'm saying? And we check your stats, we check the stats, everything up, double, 100%, 300% on accounts we reached, and man, everything that the interviews the clips of the interviews is gonna be coming out like this week. Let me put it like that, this week. So they're gonna be all on Instagram, and we keeping it real lit, man. Respect my guy for real strong. That's my guy. What up with you, boy? Yes, sir. He one of the guys that he lived in Vegas. He lived in Vegas, and right. he approved me to come up here to Vegas, man. Okay. Shout out to my guy.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You putting all this content out there. I know there's other businesses out there that could be listening, other barbershops and things like that. If they want to learn how to do what Fadeaway Barbershop is doing with all that content, you guys get at us, DM us,
It's like that.
We'll set something up, but it's a must. All this content that you see that's coming out, all these reels that you see coming out 3 times a day, I know y'all think that's very hard to do, but it's not.
Hey, real talk. Sometimes 5 a day. See, let me let y'all notice this too, man, because everybody, I know y'all want to drop a video and get 100,000 views. You know what I'm saying? And I got a video. I got one that's at 95,000. I got a bunch of videos, man. With all of them crazy thousands. You know what I'm saying? But if you put out 5 videos a day and all of them get 500 views, how many views is that? That's 2,500. But then them videos that a lot of y'all putting out and y'all getting 10, 20,000 on, y'all putting those out every other day, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We getting like 10,000 views a week. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah. It's like that, man. This is just the beginning. We just warming up the algorithm. I done been there on all social media platforms, man. I got a video that went viral on all social media platforms that I've entered in: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of them. And I know the process, man. You got to warm up that algorithm, and you're gonna start seeing sparks here and there, and then something gonna catch fire, man. You know what I mean? So the consistency is what matters the most, and that's just how life goes too. Consistency is the key.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're talking about Trump. Last week, Trump social media posts about raising tariffs on China caused the U.S. market to panic. The S&P 500 dropped sharply, wiping out $1.2 trillion in market value. Mm-hmm. Do you think Trump's words alone should have this much power in the market?
I mean, they shouldn't, but the reality is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We can't stop it. A person in power like that, he's in the power. You know what I'm saying? He's the most powerful. Some would say of the world, of the free world. He's the most powerful of the free world. So it's words carry weight, man. It just is what it is. So, no complaining, man. Just make the adjustments.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess he said he didn't want to meet with the president. XI, that's the president over there. XI,
that's his name. You know, I don't know how to pronounce that stuff. I don't want to butcher it, but the president of China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The investors pulled out of big tech and manufacturing stocks immediately when he said this.
Mm-hmm.
How can investors protect themselves from market moves based off tweets? How can people, the young investors, how can they protect themselves by this?
Well, the first protection is that you never invest any money that is gonna take you out of house and home. You invest money that's not gonna hurt you. You know what I mean? You know you're gonna get money regardless, as long as you're continuing to invest. You know, I know everybody wanna YOLO it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And throw it all in, man. The consistency, we're gonna go back to the consistency. Consistency is the key. As long as you consistently investing, that's all that matters. And you know, I practice what I preach. Ever since the drop, I've been shopping. I did some shopping this morning. You know what I mean? In both markets, I did shopping in the crypto and the regular market. You know what I mean? So that's what you do. That's the first way to protect yourself, though. Don't invest nothing that you're gonna have to take away from your bills. You feel me? You might lose your house. You might lose your car, anything like that. You know?
Yeah. Because we heard about that guy that leveraged, what, 60 something, $30 million something and killed himself.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
So so definitely the first rule would be don't put into these markets, into these investments for money that you need.
That's right.
If you need the money, then you should not put it in, because if you do lose it, then you could lose house, home, marriage, and all kinds of other things. You invest what you can, the things that you would buy. You know, you got to look at your investment. You got to look at your monthly expenses and see what you have left without, not eating out and going shopping and things like that. That's the money that you need to invest, because obviously if you're just shopping for clothes and food and things, then that's really not money that you need. You can always go to the market. You can always wear older things and stuff like that. So that's the type of money that you need to be putting in the market, not money that's going to pay the car note and things like that.
That's right.
And the other thing would be you invest in great companies. You got to invest in great companies. Are always going to bounce back. Mm-hmm. And a good way of showing some companies without looking at their income statements and balance sheets and things like that is to look at if they're paying a dividend. Mm-hmm. If they have enough money to pay you a dividend, then they're more than likely going to bounce back. And also, real big investors, the ones that have millions of shares, billions of shares, guess what? When it's time to pull their money out, they're going to pull more of their money out of the ones that aren't paying the dividends. Because when you got millions of shares, that means every 3 months you're getting millions of dollars. Because those shares be more than, be at least $1 sometimes, for most big shares. So that would be the second thing, would be to invest in good companies. Don't invest the money. And the second thing would be don't invest the money that you don't have. That would be the way of protecting yourself. Mm-hmm. And and like he said, it's shopping time right now, guys.
That's right.
Get you something. Get you something. And it could be more shopping time, so don't spend all your money on the shopping.
There we go.
But get you some shopping right now, because it may go on more sale in a minute. See, a lot of us, we see the sales and then we dump it all, and then it continues to go down. We like, damn, we could have got some. We got some, but I feel from last time that this last market crash, you got to just slowly put that money in when it's going down.
Yeah.
You don't just, I'm putting the whole 1,000. Nah, man. Right. Wait, because that crash was for months.
Yeah.
And it went down. Nobody had no money to put in no more. That's really what it was.
That was the sad thing. Like, you had all your money into that first little dump, and then it went all the way down. Now you ain't got nothing to say. I'm victim to that. Let me see what this is. What they say. We got talking notes. It says sunflower love. That's right. Yeah, right, that's right. Take notes. And look here. I find that this is important because we getting deeper and deeper in this thing. More people starting to tap in, comment, and taking our advice. Everywhere I go, I'm seeing, when I see people that know me, they like, hey man, I've been tapping in on y'all live, stuff like that. Like it's showing me that people really tapped in. They're taking our advice. People said that. So that it's important to say this disclaimer. the full disclaimer of our
You go start saying
content.
every time? You gotta start saying every time.
We got to.
That's
We
your
got
job
to.
now.
Yeah. Full disclaimer, okay? Our content is presented to be used and must be used for informational purposes only.
Hold on. This is right. That means we made it. When this happens, don't trip. Y'all might not see it, but we made it, man. We coming. Y'all just hang on and hold on for the trip.
Right.
Let's go.
100%. So yeah. Okay, it's just for informational purpose only. It's important to do your own research before making any investments, and any investment decision based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional or independently research and verify anything you hear on this podcast right here. So that means that.
We gonna get sued.
Hey, somebody might try. You feel what I'm saying? Because
Talking about you taking that. That sounds real familiar.
Hey, well, no, I ain't never. I had them problems, but I just, not knowing that your influence. That I'm gonna tell you, this is where a problem falls in. Some people be like, I ain't nobody. That mind state is horrible, because when you start thinking that you ain't nobody, then you start being reckless on what you say and what you do. We are all influential. You feel what I'm saying? You don't know who looking up to you. You feel what I'm saying? I know for a fact it's people back in my city looking at me and depending on me. They studying me. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But if I didn't have that in mind, I might do some reckless stuff and lead somebody in the wrong way. And might not ever even talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Might not even talk to him. It could lead to something real tragic. And I never had a conversation with him, but it was based off of me being reckless with my influence, man. So, yeah, make sure that you guys know that you're influential and you lead by example. You give good advice and you're a good example, the best that you can, And let people know you ain't perfect, you know what I mean? There ain't no human being perfect.
Yeah. Okay, once Trump announced 100% tariffs on the Chinese imports, it caused one of the biggest crypto liquidations in history. Just what we were talking about, right? Mm-hmm. All that stuff on sale, man. Mm-hmm. So, why are people so over-leveraged in crypto markets today? Why do you think people are so over-leveraged?
Man, I just think people, they just want to go for the goal. They want to YOLO. They want to, you only live once. They want to put it all in and they want to get rich. Everybody, this has always been something with human beings and money. Everybody want to get rich quick scheme. That's why a lot of people, they get in trouble in order to get money, because they just want it as fast as it can go. And patience is a very rare thing. It's a virtue, but it's rare, So I think that, I know that, I definitely, I'm going to say that's the biggest percentage of it.
Yeah, and just remember, man, you got to diversify your money, and Bitcoin, Ethereum seems to be the most, what would you call it? Safest,
most reliable,
safest,
most backed by the way to identify what will be the most safest is what the institutions are investing their money in. All of the big banks, the billionaires, you got to have institutional backing, but you want to do your research and to really make some money. Look at what they're backing up early. You still, the rule of the game is still, if you want those big, 1,000, 100 and up % gains, you get in early. So you have to do your own studying. All we're doing is just telling you what to study, what areas, and then you go down that rabbit hole. You got ChatGPT, and you find stuff. And I'm gonna put y'all up on game. This is the shopping that I did. Everything aligns with ISO 20022. That's the new system that's gonna take over the system of the new monetary system that has to do with the Genius Act that Trump signed. Y'all gotta look at that Genius Act, and he says that he wants America to be the leaders in cryptocurrency. And with that being said, our whole monetary system is going to be based off the blockchain. So it's a system called SWIFT right now, to where we get Zelle, we get Cash App, we get all of these Apple Pay and stuff like that. They're sending messages to all of these banks, and in order to transfer the money, but you don't know that it's a backup. It's a little pause before that money gets transferred. They're actually letting you borrow some money for a second. But the ISO 022 I be saying it wrong. ISO 022, ISO 2020, something. ISO 2022. All right. Y'all look at that, and y'all look at everything that's connected with that in order for that to operate fluidly. And you want to invest into the coins that's connected to them, you know. And right now is the time. And this is on federal papers. You know, you go down that rabbit hole and you see why this matters and this is relevant.
And what's it called again?
ISO 2022 or 2022. So 200. Yeah, 200.
ISO, ISO.
Yeah, ISO. 200. 22.
Oh, and then another 22.
And then 22.
Okay.
Look up that system. And
so it's 5 numbers.
Yeah. ISO 20. Then 0 again, then 22. So it's more than that. It's like
No. I'm saying the numbers. It's the
oh
numbers.
yeah, right. 20022. That's right.
So it's 5. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So they know. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Throw that into ChatGPT.
That's right. It's simple, man. It's really simple, man. But you got to know what to research. That's all we're doing is we just telling you what to research, man. We ain't telling you to go follow us blindly. Go research this stuff.
Yeah. It's very easy these days, man.
Yeah.
Very easy. Yeah. So Ethereum lost 4.3 billion that day. Solana lost 2 billion that day. It shows how risky, you know, that the cryptos can be. But that's why you diversify your money. That's why you got your money in stocks, real estate, businesses, clothing, hair products. You know what I mean? Whatever. You put your money everywhere. So when things do go down, you know, you obviously get more, but it's okay. And we stick our money obviously in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but there's other things out there as well. But those are probably the most steadiest. ETFs, you know, things like that. That's my opinion. So.
Yeah.
And why do I think people are over leveraged? Because people want quick money.
Yeah.
People want that quick money.
Yeah.
FOMO, man.
Yeah.
Fear of missing out. That is very, when you over here talking about this dude made 200%, 300%, 400%, you automatically think, oh, I got to get in. So I think that's why people are over leveraged. They are putting money in because, like the guy that killed himself, he was over leveraged.
Yeah, man.
He was using, what do you call it? It's a credit, but what is it called? Margin. He was using margin. Yeah, man. He only had 20,000, 20 million or whatever it was. He only had about 20 to 30% of actual what he was betting. He owed 60 or 70. And when that thing dropped like that, the broker want their money. Give it up.
Yeah, they'll automatically liquidate you. You don't have no choice.
Yeah.
And
then exactly. You have no choice. So they took it all. So more than likely, what he had backed up was stocks and things in there, because they had to take their money. And usually, the way they give you the margin is how much money or how much stocks you have, and they usually give you about 70% of what you have. So if you have $100,000 worth of stocks in there with money, then they'll give you 70,000 of margin. So just in case you do lose it, they'll take that out.
Yeah.
But man, that's crazy, man, to take your life for $20 million. The only way I'm taking my life is if I get life in jail. That's the only way. They can take everything from me. Every damn thing. I'd be butt naked out here right now, bro. I'm not about to kill myself, man. It's so.
You can't, man. You got to know. I'm gonna tell you this, man. That's why you don't worship money. You don't worship money. Money is a good servant. It's a horrible master, man. It's only one master. God give you the purpose, and you got to tap into your purpose, and then you stay there. It don't matter, as long as you here, you got a purpose, and you here to add on to the world, man. So yeah, that'll keep you away from anything like that. That's why I'm gonna go back to this formula that I always go to, man. This is how you keep a good balance in life, man. You wanna think in spirituality. You want to think of mental. You want to think of emotional. You want to think of social. Then you be a good manager of your money. But have a goal in each of those areas, and long as you have all them different areas to bounce back at, you'll never fall to a point to where you just you know, you want to take your life like it's just over with. Like you can leave. And the simple and plain. Like if I ain't got no money, but I've been keeping myself healthy, working out, I can look in the mirror and be like, man, but I still look good. You know what I'm saying? Like you can, if you got a good friend, you've been picking good friends and stuff like that. Like, yeah, you know, I'm down on my money, whatever, boom, boom, but I got a good support system. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the social aspect. It just go to those areas and make sure you're strong in all of those areas, man. But could keep God first. That's number one. The spirituality part is always gonna be stronger than the rest.
Yeah. Okay, so after the crash, Trump tried to calm the markets, saying that the tariff deal with China would take an eternity. Mm-hmm. So, hinting things might not happen very soon. So, did Trump say this to walk back his mistake?
Man, it sounds strategic to me, man. This guy, man, listen here, man. I always want y'all to study who's in charge, man. You got to know this person, man. He got plenty of, he been being followed by a camera since he was 26, I promise you. But watch the documentary Made in America on Netflix about Trump, and you'll see since his beginning time, since he really got on the scene, got popular, he was like between 24, 26, something like that, and was making all them power moves, man. He been going over the heads of who's in charge, just like he just did to get in Chicago. They didn't welcome him there. He went over their head to get in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? He did that to get the skating rink done, and actually to get the Trump Towers built, because it was going above the height that was allowed for buildings to be built, and he found a way to get over their head and do that. You know, so just plenty of stuff. You got to know this. And if you know the way he is, and I brought that up because he manipulated the market back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So 50 years ago he was doing this. So now he's the president. He's definitely doing it now. Yeah,
well, J.P. Morgan, and also I was going to say Dow Jones, they bounced back 1.3%. NASDAQ futures bounced back. Traders felt a little bit better after he said eternity and put a little bit more money in there. However, J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon says the stock market might be overvalued and due for a correction. Mm-hmm. So, should small investors follow what big CEOs like Damon say?
So he said, now hold on. They said the reason why he said that, they saying that he said that and it made a reaction happen in the market too?
No. That had no. I was just saying that they say it's over. He's saying it's over. Since all, things are dropping and people are saying that, well, it's going to go back up. This guy is saying it's already overvalued anyway.
Yeah. J.P. Morgan said that.
Yeah.
Well, so, yeah. It's just like we just said at the beginning. He give you something to study. Go check for yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go check for yourself. And,
just to see if it's overvalued?
Yeah. If he said it's overvalued, okay, let me go see. I'm about to go to ChatGPT, and I'm going to ask ChatGPT, what are the metrics that I need to follow to find out the value of the market as a whole. And usually it just has something to do with the S&P 500. S&P 500 is usually an indicator of what type of market we're in. You know what I mean? So, and which is it's just a correction between 10 and 19%, then you get to 20 and under, then we're in the bear market. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, you just type in the ChatGPT. What are the metrics to measure to see if the market is overvalued?
Yeah, so I think small investors should follow CEOs like Damon and listen to these type of people. They got all the money and they're connected to a lot of things, and they've done this for a long time. But also do your ChatGPT. Yeah. Put the things in there so you can do your own. But that's a warning right there to you. That's a warning. That's a red signal, red flag. Okay, so now let me go do my due diligence. Let me go over here to ChatGPT and see how to even understand what an overvalued market is.
Exactly,
man. So yeah, follow them as in to understand what's going on. That's what I would do. Yeah. And they said, is Is this a real warning or just a market talk for the banks? Like I said, I don't know. We got to do our own research. I don't know if it is or not. I mean, I think it's kind of. I would think just by it been shooting up for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I would think we are probably a little bit over. I mean, everything's been shooting. Man, we've been seeing almost crypto numbers and some of that stuff. You should be OKLO. What's the one we're gonna talk about later? That what is that? That chip that they trying to take over?
Oh, the quantic.
What is it
What
called?
is that?
Yeah. No, Broadcom.
Oh, Broadcom.
Yeah, that thing is like up like 100% in a year. Like,
Yeah.
like some craziness.
Yeah,
like things are going up.
It's a lot of stuff like that for real.
So things may be overvalued right now. But like I said, put your money in good companies, and you should just be dollar cost averaging anyway.
Yeah, well, I say it's anytime it's a wave or something, it's gonna get some overvalue because we're so in love with AI right now. So anything that say that they're using AI, we like, hey, I got to jump on this. You know what I'm saying? And people know that if you have an entrepreneurial mind, some people got an entrepreneurial mind, but they're crook. You know what I'm saying? Their only idea of entrepreneurship is how can I get over on somebody. You know what I mean? But they know the sentiment that you're in love with AI, so they're gonna come out with some AI company to get a quick lick. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's a wave. So it's gonna be some overvalue, and then after a while, you'll see things weed out. That's why, as far as this movement like that we're in, the financial literacy movement, during the pandemic, it was a whole bunch of gurus, right? Because the teaching was in. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Teaching was in. Everybody had
It's
the time to
almost
sit
looked
down.
down upon now.
Yeah, but now the thing is though, now because I remember what the pandemic really was 2020. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when it started, and now it's 2025. Who's still around in that realm? Who's still around in the sector? Now these guys showed and proved, but during that time from there to now, it's been a lot of people exposed. You feel what I'm saying? But that was held high as a guru back then. You know what I'm saying? So time will tell. You feel me? Yeah.
Okay, so Google just launched Gemini for businesses, letting companies build their own AI assistant. Is Google too late to the AI race or right on time?
Oh no, man, they've been right along. Shoot, it's been all about ChatGPT and Gemini and Anthropic, Claude. Them three has been the top dogs in AI. They always comparing them. You know what I'm saying? So no, they right along and they making all type of innovation. Their photo maker and their video maker. Nobody's competing with them except for OpenAI. They just came out with Sora. The new Sora is crazy, but the first ones that hit that level of videos was the V3. I think that's what it's called from Google, Gemini, but the photo maker, nobody's beating them until now. Somebody about to compete, and they gonna bounce back. But they in the race, man. And Google, they right there at the top far as value. They right behind Apple. They about to overcome Apple in a minute. So no, they in the game, man. They make a move.
Yeah, I don't think they're too late. I think a lot of small companies are going to need to use AI. I think it's going to replace some jobs. But let's just say you have a few employees. You can probably dwindle it down to one that's using and can help use the AI. Because I still think ChatGPT is really good, but the better you are, the better
100%.
the ChatGPT will be.
100%.
So, you got to still have somebody familiar with what you're looking for. Because ChatGPT will give you some bullcrap. What the best thing you can do is to tell ChatGPT to act as someone. That is the biggest thing. I just did that with a real estate. I went to a tax lien auction about 3 years ago, and I'm about to try to put my name on the deed because the person didn't pay me back the taxes. So I've been talking to ChatGPT, and it told me to go to see a lawyer. You need to see a lawyer. Sent me all kinds of lawyers are out here. And go to this firm. These people are good. And I said, no, you act as if you were the lawyer. You would have been dealing with people like me for the last 20 years. You're award winning. You work in Las Vegas, Nevada, and And like I said, you work with people like me all the time. Man, that thing wrote everything for me. Mm-hmm. It's in the mail, certified. I didn't do nothing, going straight to the Treasury of Nevada. Man, it's crazy, man. So that's a key thing. If you are using that ChatGPT, the best thing, and you told me to do that, is to make it act like you want it, you know. And I've been doing stuff with my son, you know, his workouts, his training, his nutrition. But I'm about to go in real deep. I'm about to have it act as someone.
That's super fun. But I'm gonna tell you to go deeper, and that's number one right there. What you just said. Mm-hmm. Now to go deeper is to make a GPT. You feel me? A GPT. Say if it's some specific person or a specific group of people that you want to talk to. Like say you want to have a meeting. You know, Think and Grow Rich, man. I based it off of that. He had a mastermind group in which he imaginally met up with them, and they had business meetings like every night type stuff. You got to make a GPT. If you know the people that you want to be a part of your meeting, you're gonna, and all you do is ask ChatGPT what I gotta do. But they got enough information on these people to where you put in a certain amount. Like they might say, 3 different, like their biography, 3 different things that they did, something that they really stood on, and some characteristics of each person, and it'll make that GPT based off of the information that's out there about those people, and then you talk to that GPT about these certain topics that these guys were masters in. But that's the way you do it.
And you said GPT, like ChatGPT, but it's just GPT.
Yeah, because GPT is just what is it called? It's a generated pre-programmed transformer, pre-trained. Yeah, what is something like generated pre-trained transformer. I know pre-trained transformer is for sure. The G, it's either generated or there's something like that. But yeah, so that's all it is. But the OpenAI ChatGPT, that's another level. But you can make your own GPT through ChatGPT.
They said Gemini's gonna start at $21. Their plan's gonna be $29 a month to make this.
To make your own agent.
Yeah. But shit, ChatGPT is $20, right?
Yeah, $20. Yeah. And you can use their agent. Like I had to see the difference between
the agent.
Yeah, that agent and theirs, but they have agent mode, and in which I got all my stuff set up, but I haven't used agent mode yet. But I'm gonna start doing it like today, for real. And because I'm gonna tell you this, dude. Man, I always want to tell you guys to protect yourself at all times. You know what I'm saying? When you're using that agent, it's going through all of your stuff. You can get it to book your flights. You can get it to buy all stuff off of Amazon, whatever you want to do. But with that being said, you're giving out your information, so you want to definitely put the 2-factor mode on in your options so that you'll have to use like a Google, the Google, what is it called, where they generate different numbers in order to get in there. Nobody has your Google, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. But it's the 2-factor, and if I can find this real quick, I don't want to. Yeah, authenticator. Google authenticator. So every time that somebody tries to get into your ChatGPT, they're gonna have to use a new password that's been generated by Google Authenticator. So if they don't have your phone, using your phone and stuff like that, they're not gonna be able to get in there. And then also you want to turn off that mode to where it's saying that you have we want to use your information to train our generator, our transfer, our GPTs or whatever, make our system better. Turn that off because you don't want to give them all the information now because you're giving that agent mode your all your information. But then go even deeper. I got LifeLock. You know what I mean? I just got that over this past weekend. I did a lot this past weekend, man. That's your identity theft insurance. I got $1 million worth of insurance.
What you pay a month?
I just paid for the whole year. It was like $250 or something like that for a whole year. $1 million coverage, and You connect everything that you got going on to that. All your social media, all your credit cards, your
brokerages, all that. What's it called?
LifeLock. LifeLock. You know what I mean? Because I've been giving a lot of my information. I got a new accountant. You know what I mean? I've been doing everything, been about building my foundation. You know, making sure my foundation's solid. I always go back to that. But you gotta give your information to all these people. Even though they're professionals and they licensed and you know they under law not to share your information, but human beings is human beings, so you gotta protect yourself at all costs.
Yeah, and then what is that? I know you said it's called LifeLock, but what is the definition of what they do? I mean, what are they?
Identity theft. Protect you from identity theft. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good info.
Mm-hmm.
You gave me about 3 good things today.
Oh yeah.
You're over there working, huh?
It's go time, man. We gotta continually be trying to develop ourselves, man, every single day, man, in all our areas, man. Developing. Never think you know everything, man, because life is all about a continual process of learning.
Yeah. So it says, since we're just gonna go back to Spirit, since we talked about them going bankrupt. Spirit Airlines got approved for $475 million in bankruptcy court to keep flying after massive financial losses. Can Spirit bounce back, or is this the end for low-cost airlines?
Man, they gotta figure. I hope they got a new plan because it's the second time. So I mean, you always got another chance. That's what life all about. You got another. If you woke up this morning, you got another chance. You know what I'm saying? So, but the key is to not make the same mistakes twice. That's what hurt. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're making the same mistakes twice, you're showing that you didn't learn from the last mistake. You feel me? So yeah, I'm gonna give them another chance, man. You know?
Yeah. I think it's always a market for low cost things, and Spirit, man, they be almost half price with some of these airlines be, man. They're really cheap. Because, you know, people like to be cheap. So I think that they will bounce back. $475 million is a lot of darn money, I would think. But I do think they will bounce back. I would still fly Spirit.
Yeah, I just flew with them to Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would fly with Spirit, you know. So, yeah. I mean, it ain't the best, but, you know, it's only for a few hours, and if I can save $1 on just traveling, you know.
Yeah.
And then also remember, it's a business expense, so you guys got to write those things off.
And guess what, man? Look, for somebody to give them that amount of money, they not just saying, oh, man, we need some money. No, you got to show that the next time you're going to do better. They must have a solid business plan. They must have everything that they're supposed to have in place for them to approve them for this amount of money.
You would think they would be making money. But look, Dollar Tree went out of business, 99-cent went out of business. What's going on with these cheap things? Well, people don't want the cheap things no more or something? Because why would Spirit, with it being so cheap, where are they losing their money? I got to look at their balance sheet and say, like, where's their money being lost at?
Yeah.
You know, are the tickets too cheap?
Yeah, man. It's something.
Are they not making a profit? Are people stealing? Like, what is... Why would they keep going bankrupt? You know?
No, like you said, no, that calls for some research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Broadcom stock. Stock. That's a chip manufacturer as well. Yeah, jumped nearly 9% after announcing a major partnership with AI to create up to 10 gigawatts of custom AI chips. A move that could redefine the future of AI hardware. So, could Broadcom become the next NVIDIA if partnership works? Now, remember, they're working with AMD, too. Because, you know, AMD messing with them.
Yeah.
And I was looking at them. I was looking at they're $1 trillion. They're worth $1 trillion. You know that?
Man, they colossal, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Right, let me see.
They've been Broadcom been around for a long time. I think that's the maker of Solana used to work for Broadcom. I believe that's what it was. It's the company sound like that. Don't worry. Sometimes the words be sounding the same, companies be sounding the same, but I believe it was Broadcom. If y'all look up who it was, the guy that started Solana. Yep.
Yeah, well, their market cap, they 1.6 trillion. They didn't beat earnings the last 3 months. Yeah, man. And I think this is the one I was talking about. Yeah, in the year to date. Okay, in a year, not year to date, in a year from today, it was 91. They've been up. They're up 91%, 91, almost 92%. Like that is crazy.
Yeah.
For a stock, Yeah. And they're paying a dividend.
Man.
So
how much dividend?
Not even 1%, 0.6%.
Okay.
But
More than the bank.
Recommendations.
More than Chase, Wells Fargo.
Oh yeah.
All of that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. You're never gonna get none of that from that.
You'll always turn up better. If you invest into a quality company, you always gonna get more than what the banks owe you. If it's sitting in the bank, you feel me? You losing money. But remember that.
Yeah. So let me see. Yeah. So Broadcom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do I think it'll be the next in NVIDIA? I don't think it'll be the next NVIDIA. NVIDIA's overlapped them. But I do think that OpenAI is trying to do their own chip, though.
Yeah, it's just like, what do they mean, the next NVIDIA, as far as like the growth or saying?
I think that's what they. Yeah, well, NVIDIA is the biggest chip out there, the most used chip out there.
Yeah, but Broadcom does something different. They call I think the XPU. You know what I mean? They're more about connectivity. They can work with both of the chip companies. You know what I'm saying? It's about connectivity and the infrastructure of AI, of the chips. You know what I mean? So they're not even doing it. They're not even in the same department, really, except for that they're doing chips.
They say that this part of OpenAI plans to reduce dependence on the video chips and strengthen its own infrastructure.
Yeah, infrastructure. Yeah, that's what they're about, infrastructure.
Yeah. So Broadcom chips will handle AI, how models process and deliver answer using their Ethernet stack. So you're saying those chips are two different things, though? Like,
they do two different things. They're focused just like, AMD and NVIDIA. NVIDIA is mainly for GPU. They're the top dogs of GPU, and while AMD do generate GPUs, but they're top dogs in CPUs. You know what I mean? Then you got the like we just said, Broadcom, they're the infrastructure for all of that. The connectivity, how you connect everybody together and make things work.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So man, that's let me see.
But hold on, let me use the restroom real quick.
And
working out, we gotta stay hydrated.
All right. I was gonna go through the financials of. Let's go through the financials of Broadcom. So we're gonna look first at the income statement. So when you're looking at the income statement, you want to know, is the operating expenses less than your operating income? So basically, what you're spending minus what you're making. So you want to be positive when that comes to that. And their operating expenses, $16 billion a year, and their operating income that they're getting back is 23. So they're up. They're in the positive. They're making more than they're spending. That's always good. That's what you're looking for in an income sheet. Making sure that they're spending less than what they're making. I mean, more than what they're making. You want to make more than what you're spending. And then you go to the balance sheet. That's their assets and their liabilities. You're looking to see what is their total assets and their total liabilities. And they have more assets than they have liabilities. Almost double. So they got, in assets, they got $165 billion in assets and 97 billion in liabilities. So you always want to make sure your assets are more than your liabilities. Then you're going to go to your cash flow. You want to make sure that they have free cash flow, something to buy companies with. If things hit hard ship, do you have money? If a good company comes up, like how Elon Musk did with Twitter, it came up. He had free cash flow, so he bought Twitter. He had, and now it's X. So you want to have free cash flow. So they also have free cash flow. So Broadcom, you might want to put that on because Broadcom is a good company, a good solid financial company. We just went through the finances of.
What areas you cover?
Man, they were positive. We went to the balance sheet. We went through the income statements. We went through free cash flow, the earnings, and they were all positive.
And that's solid, man. And that's very valuable to know, to check those areas to know if this is a good solid company.
Yeah, because obviously stocks move by catalysts and news. However, if they're not a good company, they're gonna eventually go back down. So you want to invest in good companies that are actually making money, that are solid. But like we always talk about, Tesla wasn't making money, it was the vision. So you got a good CEO that has a good vision, you believe in their vision, then you still invest. But it's always good to know if they're actually making money. That's why I said I don't know which Spirit. I would have to get on the website, because I'm just on the app right now, Yahoo Finance. I get on the website, we can tell exactly where that money's coming from, where they're losing, but not on the app. So
right. But and then find out who the CEO of these companies are. And more than likely, they have an interview on YouTube. That's all I do. With every company that we talk about, I find out who is the CEO, and I find an interview or two on YouTube, and then I listen to them. You know what I mean? Let them explain their situation. You go to Wikipedia, get the backdrop on these people and their career, so you know who you're dealing with. You know what I mean? And then you make your decision. Do I believe in this CEO?
Yeah. All right. Into the questions. Now we got the elephant in the room. Elephant in the room. The long-awaited versus style showdown between Cash Money and No Limit is finally happening in Las Vegas. Fans are debating who truly built the South's music empire and culture dominance. So, who really had the bigger impact, Cash Money or No Limit?
Ricky Cash? Is that your customer? Ricky
yeah,
Cash?
That's him.
What up, Ricky, man? What's it do?
He should be driving. He's supposed to be driving. So he shouldn't. This dude drives 23 hours a day. So if he's sitting there watching us,
he's driving with his knee.
Nah, man. I might have to report him.
He a master driver, man.
Nah. I have to report him, man.
What's up? But look here, man. Hey, man.
So the question is, who really had the bigger impact?
Master P he paved the way. Cash Money wouldn't be who Cash Money was and had the opportunity that Cash Money had if Master P didn't set that foundation. They did exactly what Master P did, but they just took it to the next level. You know what I mean? So, but the impact was that Master P did it, was the first to ever do it, and he got in the Guinness Book of World Records. I never forget that, where he had the whole gator suit on, holding the trophy up. You know what I'm saying? And the Guinness Book of World Records for what he did, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he had the biggest impact off top because it was never done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so who really has the bigger impact? I think Cash Money did. Why do I think Cash Money? Because, Master P was first, but we are talking about the bigger impact, not the first impact. Mm-hmm. Dr. J won the first dunk contest, but Michael Jordan took it to the next level. You know what I mean? Who's better, Dr. J or Michael Jordan? So I'm going to go with Cash Money has the bigger impact because they probably got one of the GOATs and Lil Wayne over there.
Ain't no problem.
Yeah.
Everybody, the whole industry look like him.
Yeah. This is his show out here right now. And Master P, though, we're all talking about how he was an athlete. Master P was on the preseason of the Raptors and the New Orleans Hornets. They said he had a fight with Anthony Mason, right?
Yeah, that everybody was scared of.
Yeah, they said Anthony Mason is the one that was in the Biggie song when he was talking about somebody coming. He was in the closet with the pistol and all that. You know what I'm talking about?
They said that it was Anthony Mason with the pistol?
No, that was Anthony Mason's girlfriend he was at.
Oh, that he would mess with. Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. You didn't know that? Okay. And, okay. And what else, what I wanted to say? Okay.
Hey, hold on, man. Shout out to my guy, Ricky Cash, though, man. Your customer, he said, I listen and watch you guys every Tuesday, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. We really appreciate that, man. And you know how we do, man.
Who's that, Ricky?
That's Ricky.
Bro,
you
family, he's still talking?
He's family at the
He's just be driving, though.
It's a master.
Hey, man, give me your ID. Give me your ID number and your company, man. I like to make an official complaint, man. This is ridiculous, man. But anyway, man, Cash Money launched creators like Lil Wayne, obviously. We said Drake, Nicki Minaj. These is 3 top. Yeah. This is Cash Money you got. This is 3 top of the top. Master P started, but man, these three dudes, they on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Okay, and which camp had the better roster? Obviously, we both gonna say Cash Money.
Yeah, Cash Money. But you're right. Like, as far as the everlasting, definitely Cash Money, man. It is what it is, though, man. Yeah, they like to. It's a good analogy you said. Dr. J jumped from the foul line, and then Jordan can't jump from the foul line, and then
put his legs up and cocked it.
Yeah, and then after that, it's been. That's regular now. They further back from the behind.
Two hands.
But real talk, Jordan stepped on the line, bro. He stepped on the line.
But that's debatable, man.
But guys behind the line, there's folks that ain't even in NBA, and they behind the foul line. You feel me? So, but that's what Cash Money did. You know what I mean? They took what his masterpiece ceiling was their platform. Yeah. And that's how we all supposed to do. That's how we all supposed to do, man. Everything. That's why we're supposed to listen to the best and the brightest in each area, and then from their point, then we take that and we go do our research and take it to the next level, man. That's how we gotta do.
Like a relay.
Yeah.
Take that baton and you run as fast as you can. And you hand it off to the next one.
Yeah.
100%. So who do you think is gonna win, man? Who is your prediction, man? Who do you think is gonna win? And if you could. It's 20 songs. So what do you think the score is going to be? If you don't have to go that far, but if you do, who wins for sure? But if you can think they're going 20 songs.
That's good. They narrowed it down to 20, man.
Well, that's what they used to do.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that's how verses go.
Okay.
Verses 20 songs. They may do more. I don't know. Maybe they got a new format. But if they go by the old mat, it's 20 songs.
So we gotta see, like, is it singles? Is it a group thing? You feel me? Like, cause if it narrowed down to just songs, Wayne got 20 songs that'll take everybody out the game. You feel me?
Is Wayne gonna be there?
Yeah, Wayne gonna be there. Wayne gonna be there because it wouldn't be Cash Money if Wayne wasn't gonna be there.
You saying Birdman wouldn't even have signed up for it if Wayne
wasn't gonna be there? That wouldn't even been because he wrote all of that. Remember, he wrote the whole Big Timers album. You feel me? Like, he got to be there.
Turk said they ain't him.
Yeah, see, Turk, he spent all that time in jail, man. That's why. A lot of you guys, man, that y'all rapping and stuff like that, and I blame it on our generation because our generation the one that said that if you ain't doing it, you shouldn't be rapping about it. So folks, they ain't even that's like, I ain't even about to rap about this until I go do it. You feel what I'm saying? But, that's where it's at, and that's what Turk and BG, that's what they was victims of, still in the street while they was rapping. You feel me? But you can't operate like that, man. Entertain. You feel me? Tell the story of what's going on in the streets like that, man. You made it. You did this to make it up out of that. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so I understand, but BG gonna be there because he live here in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Well, hopefully him and Birdman still cool though.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. If
they're still cool, because he was the first one to leave, right?
Yeah.
He was the first one to leave, but I gotta look on. I don't follow him on Instagram. I gotta see if they got pictures together or anything like that. But,
yeah. That's next weekend. Yeah. So I got. So you got Cash Money. No score. Yeah. You don't know the score because you don't know what's going on.
The score, because I don't know if everybody know No Limit like me, man. I rock with Mac and Skullduggery and god dang Mia X had her little stuff, man. It's just so many. They deep, but like far as the real hits that the world know, I think that is Cash Money gonna win. I'm gonna say they're gonna be like it might be like, let me see. It might be like 12-8.
Oh, you got 12-8? Okay.
Cash Money gonna have 12 songs.
12-8. 12-8. Yep. All right. And I got Cash Money, man. I don't know if BG or Turk gonna be there, but they can still play their songs. See, Master P can't even play Mystical songs.
Man.
And Mystical's the backbone. Yeah. He got the hits. He on all the hits. And so without Mystical, because he in jail for rape, so they can't even play his songs. They gonna still play BG. They still gonna play Turk because they not in on no Predator stuff or no bad. They not canceled. They just not there, so they can still play their stuff. So Master P is really
see what is it?
Really at a disadvantage The best thing he can do is bring Snoop. And Snoop was on the label for 3 albums. You know, the first one wasn't that good. Got like 2 hits off there. But then you got the Bitch Please one, the second one, and then you got Last Meal. So if you can hold on to him, he can get you about 4 hits. And then Master P got about 3. I'm going 14-6 Cash Money. 14-6 Cash Money. That's it, man.
Yeah. The Triple OG tapped in. He said, "Okay,
oh man, come on in,
talk, baby."
That's all right.
You know anything?
Is he coming today?
What's the day? I don't know. You know what he did? My bad. I'm gonna hit you
day,
back in a minute. I was driving when you texted me, Triple OG, and I can't text while I'm driving. But I'm gonna check you out in a second. I don't know what you said, but
he said,
let me know what it do.
Talk.
He said close talk. I know.
He got his own show.
Close talk.
Oh,
yeah.
Is he inviting us?
Hey, maybe.
Close talk.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But Trip. If you know anything about Cash Money, and what's the other one? No Limit, man. You know, let us know what you know about them. But yeah, we both said Cash Money. Yeah, my score was 12-8. Yours what?
14-6.
14-6. That sounds
pretty
about
close.
right.
Pretty close.
Sounds about right.
All right, y'all. That's it. That's all. Cloth Talk, where we connect the financial literacy with the barbering, current events, and we try to show you where you could put your money at and to grow.
That's right. That's it, and that's all. And then we off to the next one.
All right. Peace.